3 years ago, I booked a table for 8. It was my own birthday. 4 people showed up. I sat there and told myself the other 4 were beneath me. Too dull. Too slow. Not worth the chair. That lie lasted exactly as long as the wine did. Because driving home, alone, I finally heard it. I'd spent 10 years teaching everyone in my life that talking to me was a test, and that they'd fail it. This is why smart men die alone, not despite the intelligence, because of it. You think your sharp mind is the prize. It is the price. You are reading this from inside a room you built, and you mistook the walls for a throne. There is one habit you have confused with being smart, and it is quietly emptying every room you walk into. You won't see it yet, but by the end of this, you will not be able to unsee it. You know the feeling. Someone speaks with total confidence about something they do not understand. Your jaw tightens. You map every flaw in 3 seconds. And then you do the thing you always do. You decide they're not worth the energy. You file them away. Fool. Next, it feels like clarity. It feels like strength. It feels like winning. And every single time you do it, a door closes that you will never get to open again. Here is the part nobody in this niche will say out loud. The men who got the best at this. Schopenhauer, the lone genius, the man who named his dog Human, because no human ever qualified. They did not win. They went home to an empty house and called it freedom. You are walking the exact same road, and you think the silence around you is peace. It isn't peace, it's the bill, and it has been collecting interest for years. So before you congratulate yourself for cutting another fool out of your life, ask the question you've been avoiding. What if the room was never full of idiots? What if you just trained yourself to stop seeing people? Schopenhauer gave you the blueprint. He called it the Porcupine Dilemma. On a freezing night, they huddle for warmth and stab each other. Too close, you bleed. Too far, you freeze. Most men never solve it. But you found a third option. You decided to freeze, and you told yourself the cold was discipline. You built distance and called it standards. You stopped explaining yourself and called it strength. Every person too slow, too loud, too simple. You moved behind the glass, and the glass got thicker every year. Now look at the man the other channels keep quoting. Schopenhauer was right about almost everything, and he died almost entirely alone. He talked to his dog more than to people. He called that dog Mensch, human, because in his eyes, the animal earned the title the people around him never did. He won every argument. He lost every dinner table. The most quarantined mind in philosophy spent his last years talking to a poodle. That habit from before, the one clearing your rooms? Now you can see it. It is not intelligence. It is a quarantine. And you have been running it for years. But here is what makes this worse. And nobody who teaches this will say it out loud. The quarantine doesn't just keep people out. It rewires the warden. You think isolation sharpens you. The opposite is true. Loneliness does to your brain what smoking does to your lungs. Decades of research show chronic isolation erodes memory, judgment, and lifespan. The exact tools you built the wall to protect. You are not getting sharper in there. You are getting hard. And hard is not the same as sharp. So let's name it, the genius quarantine. Noun. The isolation an intelligent man builds to keep fools out. That slowly seals him in. The walls that block the idiots silence everyone who could reach him. Symptom. Right, respected, and alone. You already know the names. The friend you stopped calling because his questions bored you. The brother you talked to like a student. The woman who stopped trying to reach you because every conversation became an exam she kept failing. You didn't lose those people in a fight. You filed them. Quietly. one verdict at a time. And the cruelest part? They walked away believing the problem was them, not you. Camus wrote the textbook on this man, the stranger. A man so detached he feels nothing, not even at his own mother's funeral. That is not freedom. That is a corpse that still walks. Book link in the description. Rate it as a warning, not a manual. Because the quarantine has a final stage, the one Schopenhauer hit, where you can't tell a fool from a person you stopped seeing. Cross that line, and every face becomes the same face. Beneath you. Unworthy. Background noise. That is the moment the room goes permanently dark. And most men never notice the lights going out. So the real question was never how to deal with stupid people. You mastered that years ago. The real question is the one that terrifies you. How many of the people you exiled were never fools at all? You cannot unempty a decade of rooms in one night. But you don't have to. The wall went up one verdict at a time. It comes down exactly the same way. Here is how you start tonight. Viktor Frankl survived the camps and came out with one finding. The men who lived had something to return to. A person. A meaning. Not intelligence. Not being right. The very thing you traded away for the comfort of feeling superior. Shift 1. The verdict delay. You file people in 3 seconds. Give it 2 minutes instead. Before you decide someone is beneath you, hold the sentence. Ask one real question. Most fools are just people you judged too fast. That brother you talked to like a student? Ask him something real and actually wait for the answer. Shift 2. Pay the cost of presence. Connection isn't free. It costs the one thing you hoard. Attention. Stop running every conversation for efficiency, for winning, for being right. Pick one person and just be there. Fully. Inefficiently. Frankl learned this in the worst place on earth. Meaning is not found. It is paid for. In presence. Book link below. Shift 3. Open one door. Not all of them. 1. The friend you stopped calling because his questions bored you. Text him tonight. No speech, no apology essay. Just been thinking about you. The cheapest brick comes out first. Shift 4. The mirror test. This is the one that closes the trap. When contempt rises, stop and ask one thing. Is this a fool or someone I decided not to understand? Schopenhauer never asked it. That is why he died with the dog. You finally have what he never had, a way to tell the difference. The quarantine only works on men who can't. Remember the table for 8? Last month I booked another one. 6 people came. I didn't grade a single one. I asked questions I already knew the answers to. I let people be slow, and for the first time in years, the room was warm. So here is the truth you clicked this video to avoid. You were never too smart for the room. You were too scared to be in it. If one name came to mind while you watched this, that is not an accident. It is the door you already know you need to open. So here's your move. In the comments, type one word. Unquarantined. Not for me, for you. The wall comes down. Commenting is planting your flag. The like is a signal of awakening. Subscription is joining the Order of the Antidote. New videos every day at 4 p.m. EST. We go where the comfortable channels won't. Open one door tonight. The room is still there. The people are still there. Go be in it.